Okay, so we are going to learn how to properly blend colors today. This is one of my favorite things about art. Ms. Parker loves to paint and I love to blend colors. So the very first thing you need to know when you are blending colors is you need to know and understand your color wheel. You can only blend colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. If you do not, if I decide I'm going to take an orange and I'm going to put it down and I'm going to pick up some blue straight across and I'm going to try to blend it in with my orange, you are going to create brown. Okay, so it's very important that you have to make sure that your colors are next to each other or analogous on your color wheel. So today I'm going to be showing you with the warm colors, the yellow, orange, and the red. I am also going to be showing you with white, turquoise, and blue, just because we are going to be doing water, and that's really what we want to practice is blending our water colors. So the reason I chose these colors is because I have a light color. Turquoise is a lighter value of blue. Okay, so again, we've got some, as long as these values are close to each other, if you notice on the color wheel, let's say we have all the purples here, the violets. If it's a lighter value, they will blend. They're analogous on the color wheel. I have a light purple, a medium darker, and a medium purple, and a darker purple. Those will all blend together because they are analogous on the color wheel. Well, white is kind of a wild card because it will blend with anything, because all the white will do is make a color lighter. So that's why I went ahead and added white to make the turquoise lighter, and then of course I can bring in some of my darker value of blue. So the very first thing we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to blend colors using the warm colors on the color wheel. When I am blending colors, I will always start out with my lightest color. You don't have to, as you are a more advanced artist, you don't have to do that. But for us, for our projects that we're doing this week, we will be starting out with our lightest color, because once I go into a darker color, I can never get that pure lighter color back. It will always be in my brush. And we're not going to clean our brushes today. I'm going to show you how to do this without having to clean our brush. So I am going to go into my yellow. And I am going to very comfortably, I've got my paintbrush, don't hold it all weird, get comfortable with it. I like to hold mine just like I would a pencil or a marker, and I actually come a couple of inches up from the metal. So I'm going to hold it just like I would a pencil or a marker. I'm going to get very comfortable with it, and I'm just going to do these horizontal strokes this way. Okay, I'm not going this way. I'm going this way. It's not that you can't blend this way, but most of the time as artists, we go in this direction on our canvas. Now, my next lightest color next to my yellow is going to be my orange. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into my orange, and I'm not going to go straight into my yellow. That's going to create a line, and I don't want a line. I want it to be very soft. And I want it to go into those values very gradually. I want it to have a very soft look, no hard lines. I'm going to go just a little bit above my yellow. Just a little bit above my yellow. I need a space in between there. And I'm going to kind of dry it off first. I need some pure orange. I don't want anything else in this color. I want just some pure orange. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to pull this orange gradually down into this yellow, and you want to do it before that yellow dries. You don't want to blend into dry paint. It won't blend. And I'm going to gradually pull this orange into this yellow. And do you see how now I have this lighter orange and then I have a darker orange? Perfect. No hard lines. You want to pull it on down. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to take my red. I'm going to go a little above the orange. I'm going to kind of dry that brush off. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to pull it down into the orange. What you don't want is for it to look like blocks are sitting on top of each other. You don't want that look. See how I'm pulling that darker color into the orange? And do you see how my value is light and it gets darker and darker as you go up? Perfect. And that is how we correctly blend. All right, so now I'm going to show you with the blue. Since we are now going into, we're doing water, I'm going to actually show you how we're going to do this today, because you are actually going to be doing the water, the blue, the colors for the water. So what we're going to do, is I've got to get me a clean brush because I don't want any of those warm colors on my brush. And I'm going to start out again with my lighter color. I think I'm going to do it right up here at the top. All right, and I'm going to put down my white. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of this turquoise. I'm going to go a little bit above it first, a little bit above it. Then I'm going to pull it down into that white. Look how beautiful that is. Do you see how it looks like it's one piece? We call that unity in art. You want it to have unity. If that was the sky, it would look like one big sky. Because in nature, that's what happens. All the light, the reflections of the light will actually make it very gradual. You're not going to see any harsh lines. All right, now I'm going to take that darker blue. I don't have a lot of room up here. But I'm going to go right above it, dry the brush off some, get it a little dry. Then I'll pull that dark blue into the turquoise, and look how beautiful that is. See how I go from my lightest to my darkest without creating hard lines. Now, I'm going to show you some samples of what you don't want to do. What you don't want to see is something like this. Do you see how you see it? It looks like blocks sitting on top of each other. Look at the difference. I want you to look at Miss Rucker's water or sky, and I want you to look at this water or sky. Do you see how this looks more cohesive or all one piece? This one looks like blocks sitting on top of each other. And then this one, if you notice, actually has the white in the center. Okay, and remember we should start out with our lightest and move on up to our darkest, and this again looks like blocks sitting on top of each other. Do you see those lines? I should not see lines. When we are blending, do you see any hard lines in this? It's a very gradual from lightest to darkest. Okay, and what you don't want to do, I was just going to show you the reason we do not blend colors that are not analogous on the color wheel. I'm going to take blue and orange, because if you notice, blue and orange are directly across from each other on the color wheel. And I'm going to try to blend those two colors. So I'm going to get my blue. I'm going to lay this down. Now I'm going to pick up some orange, and I'm going to try to blend it just like I did the other. I'm going to go a little bit above it and pull it down. Do you see how it makes that brown color? Okay, you get what artists call mud. Okay, you're going to create mud because blue is a primary color. Orange is a secondary color, which means it also has yellow and red in it, right? And when we mix all three primaries together, we get brown. Okay, so that's why you get brown whenever you mix those complementary colors, those ones that are straight across from each other on the color wheel. It's because you have just mixed all three primary colors together. Okay, so we don't want that. We want it to look very gradual. Okay, so today you're going to be practicing with the white, turquoise, and blue to create some beautiful water. Okay, have fun.